All right, the time has come. We are now talking about my top 10 quarterbacks for 2026. We are going to be starting getting our fantasy drafts going. You guys need some information on who you guys should draft and what different positions. This is going to give you my top 10 as of right now, my quarterbacks going into the season for 2025. Let's see what we're going to get in here. Number one, we've got to go with Lamar Jackson. This is somebody you can consistently depend on week in and week out. I think the addition of having Derrick Henry in the backfield right now is really making Lamar Jackson even more electric for fantasy football. The defense really doesn't know what they're going to be doing, whether they need to stop Derrick Henry or stop Lamar Jackson on the rollout. But either way it goes, there's such a high floor when you're talking about Lamar Jackson because of his rushing ability alone. He can get you 100 yards rushing every game if he really wanted to. I think that is absolutely phenomenal, something that we have to work at and just focus on. He has to land at number one for me. Now, number two on my list is what a lot of people's number one is, but I'm talking about Josh Allen here. He's going to be one of those quarterbacks, again, such a high floor because of his rushing ability, just like Lamar Jackson. I just like Lamar Jackson, his compliments a little bit better than Josh Allen right now. You know, Lamar Jackson, I'm getting himself some D-Hop. He's got Flowers out there. You know, Josh Allen, he's still got to figure out what he's got out there. You know, Dalton Kincaid, Keon Coleman, does he take a step? Things like that. Joshua Palmer, they got him over there in free agency, and they just signed James Cook to a new contract as well. But again, you can't really go wrong if you want to get Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. Both these guys are easy for me, but I have him at number two. So let's move along here. At number three, I'm going Joe Burrow. This guy, he's a flame thrower. Guys, now he got T. Higgins to a new contract, him and Jamar Chase. You already know they have a nice connection going. I think Chase Brown will be just fine in the backfield, but I think this offense is really going to be kind of hedged by Joe Burrow. I think he's going to have the opportunity to just throw the football a lot in 2025. I don't think the defense is quite as good as what some people say. Is Trey Hendrickson going to sign himself a contract? What's going to happen with that? I mean, who knows? But there could be a lot of situations where the Bengals really are almost playing from behind, maybe a negative game script. You should see a lot of pass attempts from Joe Burrow and having the electric Jamar Chase on the outside who can take it to the house at any given day. And T. Higgins also, I mean, there's a lot of weapons for him, a lot of things to like. I think he's back on track here in 2025, getting the job done, the number three quarterback for me. So move right along here. Number four, we're going with Jayden Daniels. He showed us what he could do last year. Now Terry McLaurin, what are they going to do with him? He did want himself a trade as of the recording of this video. He has not been traded yet. So, I mean, he should have Terry McLaurin in 2025 as of the recording of this video, but you know, they got Deebo Samuel there as well. Running backs Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler, you know, Zach Ertz came back at the tight end spot too. So there's a lot to like about Jayden Daniels, but again, he's another one of those quarterbacks who has a high rushing floor right there. It's going to give you a nice consistent baseline for fantasy points week in and week out. Easily my number four here for me, guys. Let's move it right along here. We're going top five now. At number five, I'm saying Patrick Mahomes. People say maybe a little long in the tooth. You know, Rashee Rice is going to be probably facing some type of suspension. You still got Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, and even Travis Kelce's coming back. Look, this is going to be Travis Kelce's last season, most likely. And I think that Patrick Mahomes is going to be feeding this guy a lot. I think these two are going to connect for one last ride into the sunset and just see what happens. I think Patrick Mahomes any given Sunday could throw a bunch of touchdowns, just throw the ball all over the field. You know, the running game is, you know, it's not the best. You know, Isaiah Pacheco's there, Kareem Hunt's there, but I think this is going to be on Patrick Mahomes' shoulder. He said himself he wants to throw more. He wants to get more involved in this season as well. Didn't feel like he was really part of the game plans as much as he wanted to last season. They did rely on the run quite a bit, but I think Patrick Mahomes really puts it into his hands again. You're going to see him being an electric passing football quarterback once again, right? Fantasy football, he was known as one of the top quarterbacks for some time. In the last couple of years, it's been kind of like, do we really want Patrick Mahomes or not? What's he going to be? I think he lands himself in the top five yet again in 2025. That's why I put him here at number five. For me, I think the Kansas City Chiefs put the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hands and say, hey, go get us some wins. Patrick Mahomes, number five for me. That goes along here at number six. We're going Jalen Hurts. This is one of those guys, again, he's got a nice floor, especially with this tush push that really didn't happen. I told you guys last season, be careful with Jalen Hurts. The addition of Saquon Barkley will hurt him. A lot of people say, no, that's not going to hurt him, blah, blah, blah. You're getting at the one they're going to give to Jalen Hurts. No, Saquon Barkley took a lot of that workload. Now, do you think that's going to happen again? It might happen again, but I think Jalen Hurts still has the production or has the ability to get the job done as far as like a rushing quarterback goes. So Again, one of the themes that you see with all of these quarterbacks here in the top 5, top 6 is their rushing ability. If you have a nice safe floor with your quarterback, you're going to get a lot of fantasy points, and that's definitely what Jalen Hurts can do for you. But not only running the football, throwing the football is good too. AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, you know, you've got Devonta Smith on the outside. You've got weapons you can throw the football to, and Jalen Hurts is just good enough to get the job done through the air as well. He can give you 250 yards passing a game, or he can give you 150 rushing yards a game. You know, it just depends on what he wants to do, but the addition of Saquon Barkley definitely did hurt him, dropped him out of the top 5 for me, but I did land him here at number 6. So moving right along here, let's go number 7. I'm saying Dak Prescott, y'all. I think he goes back to what he used to be, especially with the addition there of George Pickens, now a nice deep threat who has a spectacular catchability, can catch the ball all around him. I think that that's going to help him out quite a bit. You got a healthy CeeDee Lamb, healthy Dak Prescott, healthy Jake Ferguson, and then you got George Pickens on the outside as well. Look, the one of the biggest things for Dak Prescott to be successful alone will be the health of this offense and how do they play. We already know the Cowboys, not the best team, right? So what does that mean? Well, probably a negative game script quite a bit. Micah Parsons, is he going to be on the team? Is he causing just a stink? Is he going to sit out? Well, if Micah Parsons sits, that means that's a big piece off of their defense. That means the offense will probably be on the field way more than the defense because they're just trying to play from behind. I think Dak Prescott has the ability to easily throw over 4,000 yards passing this season. He's got 2 killer weapons on the outside in CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. This could all lead to fantasy football fireworks, and I am here for it. I've got him in my top 7. Over here, I think he's going to get the job done, guys. I mean, don't flame me too hard in the comments below, but I think Dak Prescott's going to get right back to a top fantasy option that you can get probably pretty much later into your drafts. I'm all for it, right? So let's move right along. At number 8, I'm going Justin Herbert. I think the addition of Ladd McConkey last year, I mean, he is a great route runner. He can get the job done. They just added Keenan Allen as well. They've got pieces to the puzzle, right? They got rookie Trey Harris. They've still got Quentin Butterfinger Johnson over there. It's just, he's got a lot of weapons to be able to throw the football to. I think Justin Herbert alone can throw a ton of touchdowns. Now, I know with Harbaugh going over there at the quarterback, we all know he is a running type of guy. You know, they got Najee Harris over there. They drafted him Marion Hampton. But even with all of that said and done, Justin Herbert can still throw the football, sling for a ton of touchdowns, and I think he belongs in the top 10 in fantasy football. I think he's going to get the job done, probably open a lot of eyes as the season goes through. And yet again, this is another one of those quarterbacks that you don't have to take such a high draft capital to kind of be your guy, right? So you can just wait a little bit in the draft, get this guy towards the middle to back end of your draft, and I think Justin Herbert can be just fine as a top 10 quarterback for you, especially if you want to tag him up with maybe a Keenan Allen or a Ladd McConkey. I think you're in for a winning season. So Justin Herbert, had to land him at number 8 for me. Come here at number 9, we're talking about Kyler Murray, another one of those quarterbacks who has such a high floor just based off his rushing ability alone. You got season 2 of Marvin Harrison Jr. coming into the building. I think, dude, and did you guys see him? He looks ripped. So look, you know, no homo, it is what it is, but look, I think that's going to be amazing. I think that Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be an absolute stud. I think that Kyler Murray is going to find him quite a bit. You got Trey McBride at the tight end position as well, and he's already come out and says he wants to run the ball more. So look, if you got a guy who really wants to have more rushing yards, rushing ability, Kyler Murray's your guy, right? He's good enough to get the job done. He's got the weapons on the outside to throw and pass the football. I mean, look, I think Kyler Murray belongs in the top 10 as well. Got him here, landing here at number 9 for me. And look, if you could tag him in there with a cheap Marvin Harrison Jr., listen, you got yourself a nice little combo. So we're going to round out the top 10 here at number 10. We're going Drake Maye. This guy, I think, takes a huge step. And the biggest reason why I think he takes a massive step is Stephon Diggs. A lot of people say he is the cancer of the locker room, right? Kind of ripping apart in the Buffalo. Wasn't the best over there with the Texans. But look, I think he is what Drake Maye needs in the Patriots. I think Hunter Henry takes another leap at the tight end position as well. They got themselves a couple good running backs in the backfield. Drake May's got a little bit of rushing ability as well for himself, right? He's got some wheels on him, so if he gets in trouble, he's able to scramble outside the pocket, pick you up some extra yardage as well. He showed some flashes last year that he could be a top-end fantasy quarterback. So I had to land Drake Maye in here for me. Guys, make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Do you guys believe Drake Maye belongs in the top 10 fantasy football rankings? I am curious to know what you guys think. But look, that takes it to the end of the video here. We've got our top 10 quarterback rankings, guys. Make sure you guys are smashing the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We're pumping out so many videos at this point. Like each and every week, we're trying to pump you out something to help you best win a championship. We want to make sure you guys are prepared each and every week to make sure you guys are dominating. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.